Hey, look, the NBA playoffs are finally here, the best time of the season. Which one of these teams can take it to the next level? What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Wrong vs. Right. I'm your host, Jay. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe below and hit that button. Today, we're talking about the NBA playoffs. They're finally here. First, we got to start with the play-in tournament. We still got the Miami Heat versus the Atlanta Hawks, and we got the Mavericks versus the Grizzlies. All these teams are fighting for that 8th spot in the playoffs. It's win or go home time. So the first matchup, we got Miami taking on Atlanta in Atlanta. And look, I love Trae Young. He's an ultimate competitor. But when it comes down to the Miami Heat in the playoffs, they're a different team in the playoffs than they are in the regular season. Erik Spoelstra is the best coach in the game, in my opinion. And I just think Miami has too much defense for the Atlanta Hawks to overcome. Atlanta's not really known for their defense, even though they have guys like Dyson Daniels. I got Miami taking this game. Miami really clamped up against Chicago. That's what sets them apart. Tyler Hero is an absolute bucket, first-time All-Star. Bam Adebayo is their best all-around player. I got them beating the Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta. Next, we got the Dallas Mavericks against the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis. This is a really interesting lineup. We got the new look Mavericks, post Luka, and then we got the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies have really underperformed as of late. Which one of these teams can come on top? Hey, yo. Now, I know the popular take on here is that the Memphis Grizzlies will beat the Dallas Mavericks, and it won't be close. But I'm not so sure about that. And you ask me why. The Dallas Mavericks are a different team for sure, but they've improved defensively because they have Anthony Davis now. And Anthony Davis is playing his natural position at the 4. So why does that matter? Now it becomes that much harder to score interior when you have Anthony Davis at the 4 and Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively at the 5. It's almost like you're just not getting any layups or dunks. So in my opinion, the only way the Grizzlies win this game is if they get up and down the floor. So to prevent, Anthony Davis and Gafford from getting set up to block their shots, or if they can hit a lot of shots from the 3-point line. But I think the Dallas Mavericks defense is a little bit too much for the Grizzlies, and that's why I do got the Mavericks making it out of the play-in tournament right here. Next on Saturday, we got the Bucks against the Pacers, and we just got the news that Dame Lillard may be coming back from his blood clot injury, but it's not going to be on Saturday. So look, Damian Lillard changes the outlook on this entire series, and this is a rivalry matchup. If we look back on last year, these two teams matched up and the Pacers put the Bucks out, but Dame and Giannis weren't playing. Now we got at least Giannis playing. Dame may come back. The Bucks got to be looking for revenge out here. I got this series going 7 games, and I really think the Bucks are going to take this series just because of how they lost last season. I know Giannis wants his get back. I think Dame will come back at some point in this series, and I think they'll take it past the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, they're a good team. They just lack aura to me. Like, they don't have any aura. Like, no disrespect to Pacers fans, but when I look at this team, I don't see anybody on the other side. Like, man, like, they really strike fear in me. I don't want to go against them. I don't think anybody looks at the Pacers that way. I'm just being honest. So I got the Bucks in 7. I'm not sleeping on the Pacers. They're a good team, but I got the Bucks in 7. Next, we got the Clippers and Nuggets. This is a crazy matchup right here. We got Harden, Kawhi against Jokic, and no Mike Malone. They just fired this man after leading them to another winning season, the winningest coach in Nuggets history. I think this is another series that's going to go 7 games. I got the Nuggets taking the first game, though, at least in Denver. I'm going to hold off on my prediction on that one, but I think it's going 7 games as well. Next, we got the Pistons and the Knicks. I talked about this matchup on my last video. This is a really good series right here. I think it's a budding rivalry. The Pistons play the Knicks really well, and they play them really tough. One of my friends actually told me that the Pistons have more grit than the Knicks, and I think that's actually spot on. I think this series is going 6 games, but I got the Knicks over the Pistons for this one. I just think the Knicks have more talent on the team. When you look at it position by position, we got Brunson and Cade. They pretty much cancel each other out. We got Mikal against Tim Hardaway. Mikal Bridges is better than Tim Hardaway. We got Josh Hart against Ausar Thompson. I think Josh Hart just does more to the game of basketball than Ausar Thompson at this stage in his career. I think Hart is a better passer, better rebounder, probably a better shooter as well, and an overall better hustle player. Then we got OG Anunoby and Tobias Harris. We don't have to speak much on that. We know OG Anunoby at this point in his career is a better player than Tobias Harris. And then we got Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren is a rising, up-and-coming young player. He's going to be a star in this league, in my opinion. But I think Karl-Anthony Towns is just too talented of an offensive player. Karl-Anthony Towns is soft. Yeah, we know, but he averages 24 and 12, so soft that. And also, if you watch Jalen Brunson in the playoffs, he's impossible to guard in the 4th quarter. He knows how to draw fouls, slow the game down. He's just a floor general, and he's a proven leader. And then we probably got the most exciting matchup in the playoffs, in my opinion. We got the Timberwolves against the new look Lakers with Luka and LeBron. yo, this series is gonna be crazy. We know how much Luka always tortures Rudy Gobert. We know Ant-Man is the ultimate competitor. No one wants to win the game more than Ant-Man. He does whatever it takes. When I say that, I mean he gives 110% on offense, 110% on defense. He doesn't take plays off. I mean, you just love watching this guy play. This game is in LA, so I gotta give the Lakers at least game 1. I don't think Anthony Edwards is going out without a fight, but I think LeBron and Luka and Austin Reeves are just too much for the Timberwolves to overcome. I don't think Ant-Man has enough help. I know he has Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, Rudy Gobert, but I don't think that's enough to overcome Luka and LeBron and the way they've been playing this season. Another point on that too, I think Luka has something to prove. Like, yo, I got traded this season. Are you crazy? Do you know who I am? You know, LA Luka is about to snap.
Look at the vibe.
Then on Sunday, we got the Magic and the Celtics. I mean, I love the Magic. You know, I think they're a really good young team, but the Celtics in that one, Celtics might sweep the Magic. Magic make it 1 game, Celtics in 5 though. Then we got the Warriors and the Rockets. That's another series that I can't wait to watch. That's probably up there with the, you know, Lakers and Timberwolves matchup. But for that matchup, I got the Warriors in 6 or 7. The Rockets are not going down without a fight. Ime Udoka is a great coach. His guys believe in him. They're a great defensive team. They're a great offensive team. But ultimately what it comes down to, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Playoff Jimmy, a lot of people forget who Jimmy Butler is. He's playing around in the regular season, and the playoffs is really where he turns up. And he's definitely going to turn up the notch on the Rockets. I know Dylan Brooks and Draymond are going to be going at one another, but ultimately it's Steph over the Rockets. Steph and Jimmy. I got the Warriors in that series right there. And then real quick, the Cavs against the Heat or the Hawks. I think it's going to be Cavs Heat. I got the Cavs in that matchup right there. And then Thunder, Mavericks, or Grizzlies. I think it's going to be Thunder, Mavericks. And I think the Thunder beat the Mavericks in about 4 or 5 games. But look, that wraps up the playoff predictions right there. Let me know your thoughts below. What did I get wrong? What are your thoughts on it? If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that button. Everybody can't be wrong. Everybody can't be right. I'm out.